somebody commented on our video just now, apparently. Because when I was up there, the audio said ledge.
Huh.
And they said, I own the Seneca Falls Machine Factory. You want to take a look?
Hey everybody! That clip you just saw was a clip from our last investigation at the Seneca Falls Historical Society. Now, what happened there is that someone posted on the introduction video that we always put on social media right before we go in and investigate, and it was somebody local in the Seneca Falls area, and all we knew about it at the time was that it was someone who owned a factory, someone who owned a local building who asked us if we wanted to take a look. Turns out that building is the Seneca Falls Machine Company, and we've been in correspondence with the ownership there, and we're really excited to announce that later this month we're going to be heading back up to Seneca Falls to investigate that building. So we'll be investigating the Seneca Falls Machine Company a little bit later this month. So that's pretty exciting. Sometimes people ask us why we post those videos, and a lot of it is so that we can interact with you and that you know what we're doing, but another side to it is you never know who is going to be watching and might pique some interest, and we can thank social media for introducing us to some of our favorite locations through it, and we're really looking forward to going back to Seneca Falls. We really love that area and love the time that we spent up there during our last investigation and the couple times we had been up there for other reasons. So, but while we're talking about Seneca Falls, thank you for watching the video. If you have, great response to the video, a lot of views, a lot of interaction. That was a cool one. That's a great location. The people up there are fantastic to work with, and we got a lot out of it. If you haven't seen the video, please check it out. It's on Facebook, it's on YouTube. But there were some unanswered questions that we still have there. You know, the two major events that happened during that video were the event with the radios, where the radios kept going off while we were in the basement, and there was just no earthly reason for the one radio in the office to keep going off while the three of ours did nothing. And the fact that within 2 of those 9 radio bursts there was a voice, one very clearly what we feel is a child saying hello, and the other one we feel is the same child, but kind of not really saying anything, just kind of making some noise, playing with the radio, if you will, which is a very childlike thing to do. And of course the event with the Revolutionary War uniform, where the box moved in and then moved back out, and it popped very audio. Emily heard it, and that's fascinating. It was interesting. What makes that the most interesting to me is that the box moves in before it goes out. There's kind of like this in-out thing that happens. When I watched it originally, I thought to myself, it kind of looks like an inhale-exhale kind of thing. There was no earthly reason for that box to do that in that moment. There was nothing in that box that has ever done that popping noise. The folks at Seneca Falls Historical Society had not ever heard that box do that from our interactions with them. So it truly is unexplained, and it's fascinating stuff. And Emily heard it. Emily heard it, and she couldn't see it, though. You know, again, I point this out a lot. Our cameras, you can see very clearly what's going on. We're in pitch black, so she heard it, didn't exactly know what it was, and was only the camera with night vision that actually caught what really happened there. So it's really cool. It's an awesome location. I urge you to go there. Check out their website. They actually recently just featured our investigation on their website, so we'll provide that information here for you, their webpage. You know, the one thing about these places, we're not telling the staff people there anything they don't already know. If anything, we're validating the experiences through collecting actual evidence of them. They already know what's going on. They live what's going on. They're there every single day. And as we do any investigation, very rarely are we surprising any of the owners or staff of these locations with what we're finding. In most cases, we're giving them a sense of relief because we're validating it. So to put a ribbon on Seneca Falls Historical Society, great place, great investigation. We are planning to go back. We've actually talked to them a little bit about us, if they'd be willing to have us back. They said they would be. So we're looking to maybe do that maybe next year as we get our schedule going forward. But it was a great place. We plan on going back. And it spawned another investigation in the Seneca Falls area. So it'd be really cool for us to start doing some things up that way. We love that area. We love that part of New York. And great investigation, great place. And we can't wait to go back to it. So while the Seneca Falls Historical Society was one part of the month of May for us, Hyde Hall was the other part of the month of May for us. We actually just went up there this past Saturday to share what we found in the investigation we did with them in our volunteer efforts with them for an event that I'll talk about again in a second. And it's, again, we got really solid evidence. I'm not surprised. Some places you go and you're not sure about it, whether it's haunted or not. With the history of Hyde Hall, I was pretty confident that we would get some things. I was really pleasantly surprised at the quality of some of the things and some of the experiences that we captured there. A lot of activity happened, a lot during the music experiment, which I talked about in the lead up to the investigation, where we were going to play the music that was recorded in the building, where the staff there always tells us music really charges the place up, and it did. So that, we'll put out a video on that in the coming weeks. But again, this whole thing with Hyde Hall, it wasn't a private investigation. It's a volunteer thing that we're doing and working with them for an event that is live, an event that the tickets are on sale for October 2nd. Now, the ghost hunt portion of the event is sold out. However, there are still tickets open for the lecture portion, where we talk about what we do, how we do it, sort of the methodology and the equipment that we use. It's an interesting step-by-step of how we go about investigating and how the equipment we use works, and showing some of the best evidence we've captured with that equipment at Hyde Hall and in other places. So it's a lot of fun. Those tickets are still available. They're $15. It's a great cause, too. All the proceeds go to Hyde Hall. Any event we do, any investigation we do not charge for anything that we do. So when we promote these events, we're promoting them for the location. We do not ask for nor receive any compensation for these events. We just love to do them, and we love to help out these great locations and people who've become really good friends of ours. So, you know, what we did in May at Hyde Hall was part of working for the event that is coming up in October. So if you're interested, I know the ghost hunt part sold out, but the lecture part is still there, and it's fascinating stuff. So we hope to see you there. So more to come in terms of the events and what we found when we went through there a couple weeks ago. So May was busy with Seneca Falls Historical Society, Hyde Hall. June's exciting with the Seneca Falls Machine Company. Really looking forward to that one. Haven't done a factory yet. But we're pretty busy the rest of the year, too. We're going to the Wayside Irish Pub in July up in Elbridge, New York. In August, we are going back to Grapevine Farms, one of our all-time favorite locations. It's been almost a year, so we're looking forward to getting back in there and working again with Tim and Tracy, the owners, who actually, you've probably noticed, they investigate with us in a lot of locations now because we got them hooked. But in August, we go back to Grapevine Farms. We are working with them on an event for August, a little bit of a different event. We'll share the details on it when they emerge. Emily is working with the Bull's Head Inn to perhaps go back in September. We're still finalizing that. October 2nd, the Hyde Hall event. Like I said, the Ghost Hunt tickets are sold out, but there's still tickets available for the lecture. We're going to have 2 events planned for Grapevine Farms that month, and we do them every year. They're a lot of fun. And Emily's working on November, December. She's even working into 2022. And it's fantastic that we're able to do this and to be busy. It wasn't always like this when we first started. You know, it was a lot harder for us to get locations. Emily, you know, has gotten so much better at knowing how to do it and who to talk to. And I think our reputation has grown through interactions with you folks and a lot of the investigations we've done. So we're excited about it. One thing we did announce earlier in the year, we were planning to go to Rolling Hills Asylum, which is where our adventure began, if you're unfamiliar with our story. We're not going to do that one this year. It ended up being a scheduling thing. Our schedule was tricky for the time we wanted to go, and Rolling Hills doesn't have a really good cancellation rescheduling policy for that, so we want to go and we can absolutely solidify the time and know we're going to have the least amount of issues with scheduling. So maybe next year. I mean, there's a lot of locations, but we've got some really, really exciting things coming up. We're pumped about what we've done, and we're even more pumped about what's to come. And we can't wait to bring you all along the journey with us. And we appreciate how many of you are taking the journey with us, the interactions, the comments, the dialogues that we have, those of you we have met in events, and those of you who we will soon meet at events, and all the things that we're now able to start doing again now that the world's coming back in many, many ways from COVID-19. So stay tuned for more. We'll have a lot more details on specific events for this year and investigations going forward. You can follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. That's where we post every update we have. You can also reach out to us through our website, www.orangecountynYparanormal.com. So stay tuned. Lots of great stuff on the horizon. As I said before, we're excited about it. We hope you're excited about it, because we're going to take you along with us as best we possibly can. Take care, everybody.